couple of last notes. In regard to this idea of understanding, remember that JavaScript, the programming language, is really abstracting you away from how the computer works and how the browser works, if that's what you're using to implement JavaScript, or the server that's running the JavaScript. We need to understand how the tool is functioning in order to be able to properly write JavaScript code, deep, advanced JavaScript code. We're going beyond just the basics. So even though it may seem at moments through this course that we're covering something that, you don't really need to know, you'll find, as we progress, that fundamental foundational knowledge is going to brighten the path for you, give you plenty of aha moments. So be patient as we go through concepts, because very quickly you'll see just how important they really are. This course is also going to talk about frameworks. One of the best things about JavaScript the past several years also happens to be, in some ways, one of the worst. The open source community has developed a tremendous amount of very popular, very powerful JavaScript libraries and frameworks. Things like jQuery and AngularJS. These things are great, and they help us quickly build some pretty neat and pretty awesome software applications. However, a lot of people are being introduced to JavaScript via these frameworks. Rather than learn JavaScript first, you might learn jQuery or learn AngularJS, and JavaScript kind of comes along for the ride. The problem is that jQuery and AngularJS and all these other frameworks and libraries, as awesome and wonderful as they are just JavaScript code. They're a JavaScript file that you include in your application that provides you a bunch of code that other people, really smart, good developers, have written. But a lot of developers, if they opened up those files, if they opened up that code, they wouldn't be able to understand what's in it, because we tend not to then understand the deeper parts of JavaScript. And that's dangerous. If you want to build a robust, good JavaScript application, you can't just know jQuery or know Angular. You have to know and understand the things that the people that wrote jQuery and Angular know and understand. And so that's what this course is going to endeavor to do, to give you the kind of education, the kind of information that will let you open up jQuery, look at it, look at the source code, and understand it. In fact, at the end of this course, that's exactly what we're going to do, and then we'll try building our own little mini framework or library, just like jQuery and Angular and others have done, using these same techniques for understanding how to structure JavaScript applications and how they work. So that's frameworks. Now, the weird parts of JavaScript have to do with people coming from other programming languages, perhaps you are, and having certain expectations because of how JavaScript looks, and not understanding just how different it is under the hood from most of the mainstream programming languages. And yet its weird parts are often its most powerful and beautiful parts. So when we say that we're understanding the weird parts, what we're really going to do is understand the hows and whys. Also, no programming language is perfect. So occasionally through this course, we'll stop and point out something that's a hazard, something that's a danger, a downside of the JavaScript programming language, or something that you should avoid. So that's it. Understanding frameworks and the weird parts. We're ready to dig in to JavaScript.